Hello again, Internet. Back so soon? Yes, I am. Having edited the first one, I realized that, actually, I kind of like doing this. So I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to keep going. And, I still feel a little sort of obligated to, produce good content. So hopefully I'll be able to feel like I'm doing that. It took me, something like 45 minutes to come up with a decent username for this YouTube account. Originally, it was going to be something completely unrelated, and then I started thinking, you know what, I should really go with something that has to do with the fact that I'm wearing the hood and the mask and all that. So, I started thinking, like, from under the hood, thoughts from the hood, shit like that. But they all seemed a little pretentious for the most part. So now I've got, as you can see, the title is I Am Hoodie. Clever, isn't it? Look how meta I am. I have a name now, as far as you're concerned, and it's Hood. Hood E, if you want to be formal and use the entire name. I also have a Gmail account. It's this, and we'll see if I can do annotations or not. We'll see how good I am at the YouTubes. Really, I still don't know what to say, which is kind of a problem for doing the whole film journal thing for the internet. I should say things that are engaging and entertaining and tell you stories to make you laugh. Oh, stories. I can tell stories. I can tell stories. I do like a good story. And it's a little late. The Halloween has just passed, so why don't I tell one of my favorite scary stories? But lucky for you, Internet, you don't have to sit here while I think about it. I'm just going to skip ahead to me telling the story now. Wouldn't it be funny if I didn't skip straight to the story? So my buddy Tom, not his real name, obviously. I'm not using names for this. He recently got a promotion. And part of that promotion means he had to move to the opposite coast. So now he's over on the other side of the country. I don't know if you've ever moved before, but moving is stressful. So, you know, what with the whole change of address forms, the new town, the new apartment, new grocery stores, you'd be really surprised how many things you have to get used to when you move if you've never moved before. Especially if you've never moved before while supporting yourself. I mean, you may have moved as a child and noticed that was pretty bad, but imagine having to, pick up everything and be responsible for everything, and then move. So understandably, he's been under a lot of stress. He kind of has insomnia now. And he hasn't been sleeping. So for about a week, he's got insomnia. The reason he's not sleeping is because he's got all those thoughts bouncing around his head: the new job, the new apartment, new bed, new this, new that, new everything. Until one night he rolls over in his bed and he sees out his bedside window a pair of streetlights. And he just stares at the streetlights. And he finds that in staring at the streetlights, all of his troubles, all of his cares, all of his worries, all the things keeping him awake just wash away. And he can sleep. And he sleeps great. He's been sleeping great for a month and a half now. But, he called me yesterday. He told me something pretty interesting. The other night, the streetlights were off. So he didn't have anything to stare at, so he didn't have anything to clear his mind. So his insomnia came back. He was up all night until the sun rose. And as the sun came up, he noticed that he can't actually see streetlights from his window. He can't see a street from his window at all. What he can see on his windowsill are dozens of tiny claw marks. How was that? Was it a good story? Did you like that story? Did you not like that story? If you didn't like that story, you're a dick. Because that's a good story. Again, I can't think of anything to talk about, which is kind of a problem when the whole point of this is for me to talk about stuff. I can't just sit here and look pretty because, while I may be the hottest thing ever underneath this, I'm not showing it to you. Sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna go again. that I could keep up the keep up the creative juices or what have you, and keep doing this, because I mean I've done 2 videos in one night, but I feel really good about it so far. And yeah, so this is me signing off.